So a couple of years ago, I was with a superior colleague or a senior colleague, and one of his team members was speaking to him. I was actually just trying to report something or explain a particular issue that had happened. And so in speaking to this senior colleague, his team member said, "Sir, I thought dash, 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 dash," and he went on to explain. And immediately he said, "I thought," I was trying to explain. His boss just cut him short and said, "Shut up. Your mind is too small to think for me. How can you say you thought?" And of course, there was this, the young man was caught off guard. And, even I was like shocked and surprised. But then the truth is that you have certain superiors or even colleagues or bosses or managers that have big egos. And they brag about it. They brag about they're well accomplished, they're good at their job, they have the expertise, and so they flaunt it all over the place. And they may not be the very pleasant, nice people we want to be with, but then if that person is your boss, you want to be in their good books. Hello there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Halima, and as always I'm here to inspire, empower and motivate you to go out there and be a better professional and be able to make your voice heard in the workplace. So I'm going to be sharing some strategies today about mastering conversations with superiors that have big egos and leveraging their expertise to your advantage. So you have a superior that has a big ego. You don't need to fight them. You cannot fight them because a lot of what your career progression is going to depend on them, on their recommendations, on their ratings of you and all of that. So you want to, do things that would make them, you don't want to, they may be annoying, I understand, but then you just have to find a way to leverage their expertise to your advantage regardless of their big egos. It could be challenging, but with the right approach, I promise you, you can use their expertise to your advantage. So here are some strategies for navigating conversations with such individuals. So the first thing I'll tell you is that you need to acknowledge their expertise. Acknowledge their expertise. They're good, so don't try to shove it off. Some of them have actually paid their dues to be where they are, and so you can say something like this in a conversation with them. You can say something like, "I really appreciate your insights on this project. Your experience is invaluable." So, by saying that, you're going to make them feel good because you're now, like we say, stroking their ego and making them feel good. But then you're being honest. I don't recommend that you tell them things that is not true. So always look for something, that is true. The second thing you need to do is to show genuine interest. Show genuine interest in them, in their accomplishments, and in learning from them. So you can say something like, "Can you share more about how you handled a similar situation in the past? I'd love to learn from your experience." So you're handling a particular issue with them, and then you just make that statement. They're going to be very excited, and most of them, because of course they have a big ego and they like talking about themselves, they're going to start talking. And I'll advise that as they begin to talk and share that experience, pick things that you can learn from them. You don't want to have that big ego, but you can learn valuable lessons from their experiences. Number 3, ask for advice. Ask for advice. So don't feel too big. Always, when you need to, you can go to them and say something like, "What approach would you recommend for this problem? Your expertise in this area could really help guide us." So by doing that, you're asking for advice from them. You're asking for them to guide you. You're asking for them to, and it makes them feel good because it makes them feel that, oh, this person actually understands that I have something to offer and they're coming to me, and that gets you in their good books. The fourth thing you need to do, complement their achievements. You know, what they have achieved in most cases is not a walk in the park. You know, they've actually, like I said earlier, they've paid their dues. So you could say something like, it's impressive how you've managed to achieve, you know, then you can now just say the specific achievements. You know, it's impressive how you've managed to achieve dash, dash, dash. How did you approach that challenge? So you look at something that they have done, because definitely you would have a track. It could be even something they've done in the company, something you've worked earlier, a project you've worked with them, or before you came in, or something that you know about them, and you could just share that. All right, so the fifth thing you want to do is to frame ideas as extensions of their thoughts. And this means, again, I'm just going to give you an example, saying something like this: building on your excellent idea about. So you now mention the topic of the project. You now say, building on your excellent idea about so thing, I was thinking we could also consider. Then you now, so you know, you're now leveraging on what they say, their own idea, and then you can now bring in your suggestion mildly and saying, okay, I think, and you'd find that most times, and then of course you end with something like, what do you think? So you're not like trying to impose or trying to like insist on your own way. You're asking a question. And if you frame it that way, chances are they want to take whatever your suggestions are, and they would like to go along with you. Then the sixth thing you want to do is to remain calm and composed. Don't ever, you see, someone with a big ego is likely sometimes going to unruffle you, going to make you feel, you know, like in the story I shared, you can imagine someone telling another person that their brain is too small to think for them. That was like really, you know, some other person may have gotten offended and feel bad and, you know, start getting agitated. But you need to find a way to always be calm and composed. And something you could say in a conversation along this line would be, I value your perspective on this. Let's discuss how we can combine our efforts to achieve the best results. So it may be, especially if you're not, maybe they're coming from a perspective you don't really agree on. You're not, you know, if it's you, you'll do it a different way. But you can't tell Oga that, Oga, you're wrong, let me be the one. No, you can't do that. You know, so again, you can rephrase some of these things to suit your particular situation or the particular situation you're facing. Number 7, focus on common goals and align with their goals and objectives. So your boss, your manager, your CEO, whoever it is, has their own goals. They have their objectives. You have your goals, but you see, all of your goals must align with the goals of the organization. And as your team lead, that person's goals are likely aligning, and you must ensure that your own goals align with their own. And you could say things like, we both want this project to succeed. How can we leverage your strengths and my skills to make it happen? You know, and then they can now begin to talk and say, okay, do this, go that, go this way, and all of that. The 8th and the last one, be respectful and professional. At every time, in every given situation, remember, you must be respectful regardless of how this individual is. It's just you need to learn how to manage your boss, you know, and be professional. And so you could say in a conversation, being respectful and being professional would mean your leadership has been crucial for our team. Isn't that fantastic? Your leadership has been crucial for our team. How can I support you further in this initiative? So you're now offering your support, you're acknowledging the fact that this guy is good, this lady is good, and you're being professional, you're being respectful, and you're also recognizing the value that they bring into the team. So when you do that, it gets you in their good book. So by acknowledging their expertise, showing genuine interest, and framing your ideas in a way that aligns with their ego, what happens is that you create a productive and positive interaction. And that would leverage on their strengths without letting their ego become a barrier. All right, so I hope I've been able to help you today, and I hope you're going to go out there and begin to put some of these things. If you need to listen to this video again, please do. If you know someone that also would benefit from it, kindly share with them. And if you found this video helpful, please click on the like button, like, share, and if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do so for more inspiring and educating content. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.